Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Season 1 of Monsters at Work. And this is a new Pixar series on Disney+, obviously a spin-off of Monsters, Inc. and Monsters University. And this is from Bob Gannaway, who wrote and developed this series, and all of the original, Bob Peterson, a whole bunch of people are some consultants on the film. And this focuses on Tylor, played by Ben Feldman, who is a top scare student who arrives at Monsters, Inc. right when they switch to trying to make kids laugh. So he's trying his best to get out of the maintenance office and go and help out on the laugh floor. And he's in this maintenance area with Fritz, played by Henry Winkler, who honestly, out of all the new characters, is definitely my favorite. Henry Winkler is just a delight in this show. Mindy, Kaling, who plays Val. And of course you have Sully and Mike back, and it is Billy Crystal and John Goodman. And anytime they're on screen, I'm so happy. I'm so excited to have them back. I just love these characters so much. They definitely do a lot more with Mike than, say, Sully in this show because, he's bigger personality. He's the one who's big on the laughs and stuff like that and leading this new charge, even though Sully is the new, CEO of Monsters, Inc. And they're a delight to have back. Ben Feldman does a fine job for Tylor, who's not the most particularly interesting new character. He doesn't have the personality of a Sully or a Mike. So it makes it a little bit harder to really care as much about his story and arc when there's a lot more interesting characters all around him. You have great cameos from John Ratzenberger as an Abominable Snowman again, which that was a fun episode. You have a lot more workplace comedy in this. You would see watered down versions of gags from The Office in this show. And there's definitely some moments where it hits a little bit deeper in the heart. In the last episode, there's definitely a moment with Sully that really hit. And it's interesting how this builds right into the prologue of Monsters, Inc. Where it's Sully's in charge and things have fully transitioned over. Because this feels like it's in that in-between time. And you're building up that story. And I'm not sure if this is getting another season. I would watch it. My biggest thing is it's animation-wise, you can definitely tell they didn't put as much money into this as say Monsters University, which was absolutely gorgeous. This is high quality for a TV animated show, and honestly higher quality than most animated movies, to be honest. But from a Pixar standpoint, you could definitely tell they didn't put as much effort into it. And then it doesn't feel like it has the same amount of heart and personality as the original film. It's kind of feels like a shallower version of that. And they do attempt, and honestly, I enjoy the Monsters University even more than this, which was even a step down from Monsters, Inc., which Monsters, Inc. is my favorite Pixar film. So I have high standards here when it comes to this. And I really enjoyed Monsters at Work. I enjoyed the workplace comedy. I definitely enjoyed the music, which is absolutely fantastic. And especially with composer Dominic Lewis, who does all the music here. And it's just such a wonderful, jaunting little and has that kind of feel to it. And it just really works for the vibe that this show has. And there's a sense of cool, and I just really enjoy the world, obviously, of this. I just wish there was a little more depth, a little more heart, and maybe a little bit more interesting of a lead character. But, you even have Lucas Neff, who plays Duncan, who's this weird, creepy character in the maintenance area. And in the end, I feel like this is one of those kinds of shows where it's I enjoy it, I don't love it, but I'd continue to watch it. It's a fun little show to check out every so often. So for me, I think Monsters at Work is at least worth checking out. But those are my thoughts on the first season of this show. Let me know what you think. let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.